Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. Welcome to the Lady Lighthouse channel. If you're in the US, I hope you had a lovely Memorial Day yesterday. And if you're not in the US, I hope you had a lovely Monday. uh, Actually, I'm gonna put this other scene on, I think. But yeah, welcome. Welcome back. Welcome if this is your first time tuning in. Welcome if you've watched before. Welcome back. I'll be on here. Good morning. Welcome back. Like, I'll be on here this morning for about 2 hours. So, from 9 to 11, just doing an intuitive offering. I got a queuing system figured out, I think. So, that should be able to help us. And then yeah, we're just going with the flow. Whatever spirit wants to talk about, whatever spirit wants to bring through, whoever spirit wants to, align in this space. I'm just here. And I know I feel like this is also sort of a I don't know, I like coming on here. It's a little bit of like a rainy, dreary morning where I'm at, and so it was definitely a little bit harder getting out of bed this morning, but I did go to bed. I was able to fall asleep earlier than 2 a.m. for the first time in like 5 days, so that was nice. Uh, but I have a upcoming vending event this weekend if you're in the Kentucky area. That is at a crystal shop. They're doing like a holistic fair, and so I'm doing some readings and stuff there. And I know the offering that, like, it's so fun. It's so fun for me because I love being guided in like where I'm going and what I'm doing, because it's just like I mean, I'm still involved in like what feels good, don't get me wrong, but I love to just be like, what do we do next? What do you want me to offer? And then it like getting that download of information, and it's like, great, I can do that. Like, so all that to say is this coming weekend, the crystal shop. It was funny. I was like, I accepted it slash reached out to be a vendor there almost a month ago, and I was like, yeah, I'll be here. Like, if you'll have me, I'll come join and set up. But I wasn't quite sure what I would be doing, and it was only over this weekend that it became clear that I'll be doing like these 7-minute mini sessions, but the mini sessions, because of the space that we're in, um, and there being other people, other vendors that are selling not only their services, but also, you know, their products, uh, it's going to be more, it's not going to be quite as heavy of energy work, but there's still going to be, how do I phrase it? I'd say the feeling that I'm getting that this weekend will be is a lot more like card pulls and like very kind of quick trapped emotional energy clearings, because those can be done without like a complete opening of the channel for each individual person. They can be done much much easier in a and in that type of setting than if I was like, all right, everyone, let's do an opening prayer for everyone and all of that. That would be, I think that would be too overwhelming in that space. So I'm grateful for what's coming through. I'll also be bringing my boundary books, which are exciting. Uh, and I got a pretty flyer for that too. Hold on, do I have it readily accessible? Let me grab it because I'm just like, it looks so good. You gotta show off your stuff, So here's my here's my cute little. Well, this is my normal stand for. There we go. Oh, it's gonna reflect everything from my computer here. My flyer for my table, and then also my boundary book flyer. Doo doo doo. It's so cute. It's got lots of words, but that's because I was like, I need to have this information. That way, if I'm doing a reading with someone, people can actually see what's, or not if, when I'm doing a reading for someone, people can read about them. And then they're ready. Then they're ready to go whenever it's their time. Thank you so much. And I even have like the cute little sign-up sheet. Oh my gosh. That has my cute little sign-up sheet. It's like broken down in my little 10-minute slots, just so that way there's some breathing room between each session, with my consent statement at the bottom and all of that good stuff. I'm all about transparency. So I'm excited. I'm trying to think about I'm trying to think if I'm going to do a like giveaway too for those that sign up for the email. I know that's pretty common. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's like resonates with me, or if I'm like don't want to deal with it, but then I'm like business mind is like, well, mailing lists. So let me put this back real quick. Thank you. Yeah, I love I love what I'm doing. I love what I get to do each day, and I love like I said, I love being guided in whatever that comes through and however it comes through, and working with my energy to like follow what feels good, and not do the things that don't, or at least like wait to do the thing until it feels right to do the thing and it feels like exciting to do the thing. um Let me tell you, that's part of the reason I haven't been able to go to sleep at night the last couple of days, is because I've been getting so many different downloads at night. And I just have to write them down, because I'm like, okay, I'll need to look at this not at this hour, but I want to record this information because it feels exciting, it feels good, it feels like a potential route to explore or do, but like not at this moment. Let me just write it down and then let me go to sleep. uh, but yeah, I mean that's literally how most of my my offerings and things come to me, is like I'm starting to get ready for bed, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, here's the new idea. Here's what you should do next. Like, oh, okay. And then I sleep on it and I wake up the next morning and I'm like, all right, is that still exciting? And if so, yes, like let's get it into action. And if it's like, well, it's exciting, but it doesn't feel like a now thing, it gets added to my backlog of of ideas of things. And yeah, last night I was getting like a course, an idea for a course coming through, like an 8-week series, as it relates to energy surgery, Reiki. Like I think it would be sort of like a dual certification of getting like getting your Yusu Reiki or Usui Reiki mastery, along with like an energetic surgery or surgeon certification. It's good. I liked it. I liked it because there's different symbols that um, have come to me on their own, and I've attuned myself to. And I say I attuned myself. I mean, I was I was gifted the symbol and told exactly how to use that symbol on myself. and those would be incorporated in that course too. So I don't know. We'll see how that develops and when that comes to light, but that's that's a little idea, a little nugget that's coming through. And I just shared that here and I'm like, should I have shared that? Yeah, why not? uh, we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, I'm just going with the flow, you know. Going with the flow. I also decided not to do music today on the stream because I've been listening to it back, and my gentle music in the background doesn't always come through, and I don't want it to be so loud for you all. So we'll see. And I also don't want my videos to be muted. I've seen that occur in like little places if I stop talking for too long, and then it has too long of a snippet of whatever the audio is I'm playing. I'm like, ah, okay, got it. uh, we're working with the software. I also have my puppy ladies with me today. They are one's behind me under like behind me laying down and one's in front. So I'm surrounded by my puppy love. Welcome, welcome. If you're just tuning in, I'm just chatting at this moment, but I am doing readings if anyone feels called. Use the reading command or readings command in chat and also consent command in chat to see what it is you're consenting to. I do them on an intuitive basis, so it's really whatever comes through in your highest and best. I'm feeling at least today's offering this morning feels lighter, like it feels there's been some days where I felt like we've done a lot of like heavy energy clearings, and a lot of heavy energy is coming through. And today feels lighter. It feels, even though it's like raining outside, it feels uh, like I said, some cards, like potentially cards, some simple energy clearing, like trapped emotional clearing that doesn't require, you know, too too intensive anything. Uh, Actually kind of feels nice. I did it on myself like a week or so ago, and it was enjoyable. It was just kind of like a quick little tune up. It was like, all right, cool, got that out. So pretty much everything I offer are things that I've done on myself, practiced on myself, practiced on others too, but uh, it's everything that I also have experience with. So it's like I'm not offering something that I am I myself have not been uh, practicing, training, or experienced for myself. So I at least can speak on my own experience with it. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Let me let's see what's coming through. I I pause or I'm like taking a breath because I was feeling actually as I was like, oh, it's not going to be much, not going to be too intense. I do sense some heartache, or I feel like there's some heartache in the space. I'm just inviting whoever is in the space who might be feeling that just to kind of breathe here, breathe through that. and just allow yourself to, oh, yeah, allow yourself to catch your breath, allow yourself to feel whatever pain or heartache is coming up. Allow yourself to cry. Give yourself that permission. If it feels right for you, I'd invite you to put your hand on your chest or on your heart and just give your heart some love. Intentionally imagining you have this glowing golden and pink light between your hands or coming out of your hands. And then use that light coming out of your hands and put them on your body where it feels comfortable. Maybe an area, put one hand on an area that feels like it needs some extra love today. When you're ready and in your own time, I'd invite you to start to swirl that energy around and start to paint your body, paint your skin with this glowing gold and light pink energy that's flowing out of your hands, and just ignite every nerve ending, sending every inch of your body, every centimeter of your body, this beautiful love, divine light that's coming through you, that you are sourcing yourself, you are tapped into. Don't leave anywhere untouched. Get your fingers between your fingers, get under your armpits, your neck. Maybe you find a stretch and the stretch feels good. Make sure you're breathing. Take a deep breath. Notice the textures of your skin, your clothes. Maybe you notice the curve of your ears, the softness of your earlobes, the little peach fuzz of hairs on your cheeks. The delicateness of your eyebrows, or maybe you like the way the hairs feel as they go underneath your fingernails, tickling that little space between the top of your finger, or the skin of your finger and your fingernail, where it starts to run off of your finger into the space in front of you. Running your hands through your hair. Like I'm doing that, my body's like, excuse you, we just had our hair in a way that we wanted it to be today. It's like, all right, my bad, body. We'll do a gentle uh sending love there. Continuing down your chest, your rib cage and belly and low back. And shoulders. Again, we're just sending love, or you're just sending love to your body. Imagine this glowing yellow and pink light coming out of your hands. You are sourcing. Just giving your body a moment of love and light and healing and appreciation and gratitude. going all the way down to our shins and our feet and toes, ankles, behind the knees. And when you're ready, when you feel like you've painted every area on your body that you can, you want to, you're comfortable doing, let your hands just come to rest wherever they're drawn to. For me, it's my hands like to rest on my heart and on my belly. And just take a couple deep breaths here. Mm. Yeah. Reconnecting with yourself. Maybe you want to give yourself a hug. You can do this anytime you want. This is something that is accessible to everyone. To So feel free to go back and re-listen to this or do it in your own time, and just like I said, we are our own we are our own sources of love. We are our own sources of divine connection, divine light. So I am simply here as the inviter to open that door for you to walk through whenever you're ready. If you're ever ready, if you ever want to. So yeah. Make sure you're make sure you're giving yourself love. Make sure you're giving yourself appreciation. You're not just your mind and what your accolades have accomplished, or the other ways people characterize you or try to put you in a box. Appreciate appreciate the depths of your soul. Appreciate the depths of your heart, of your true essence of who you are. Because you're more than just a label. And it's important for you and your body to know that, to remember that you're more than just a label. You're more than just where you're from or your ethnic background or your age, gender. I roll my eyes there because gender is its whole other thing, but you're more than just your gender. You're more than just your sexuality. You're more than your location, your occupation. You're more than that. And you know in your heart that you're more than that. And you know in your heart that your love, your light, you're powerful. Just as I am love and light and powerful. We can both be powerful at the same time. uh, I want to say it's not a zero sum game. Yeah, it feels good. Thank you for thank you for sharing in that little meditation with me. That was nice. If you're new, I invite you to follow along so you can be notified when I go live again or follow my other social channels as well to stay updated. But I'm glad I got to share that. You are just tuning in. I am doing readings. You can use the command readings and consent and join and chat just so you know what you're consenting to when you do join. Because for me, it's very important that everyone is aware what I have to offer and also how the energy is working in this space. So very consent based. I don't tap into each of you individually unless I get your consent. And then whenever I'm done reading, I always send your energy back and call mine back. So we're only connected for that brief moment of consent or consenting time, and you can always withdraw your consent at any time and sever that connection. So mm. Thank you for joining. Let me check in and see what feels right here, retro. Okay. It feels like a little mini energy clearing is coming through for you, retro. So these basically how they work is I pretty much talk to your higher self and invite invite them to come forward and share, if there's a trapped emotion. And so you'll hear me just basically have the conversation out loud, but I'm like talking with them uh, to see what might be trapped, if it's safe to, like, if it's from a current life or past life, if it's safe to clear, and then I'll ask for their assistance in clearing it. So that if that still sounds good, then we'll proceed. Perfect. All right. All right. What trapped emotions does Retro 45 Spin have that one is ready to be cleared today? Feeling some grief coming up. Is that from a current life or past life? Current life. Do they need to know more? They do need to know more. What do they need to know? They need to know where it is. And can you share where that is? In their heart. Is it safe to clear? Yes. Okay. Retro, I invite you just to take a few deep breaths. So I'm just helping call upon my team and your team to clear that out. Just clearing the current grief that's lingering in your heart. Is it clear? Yes. Is there any other trapped emotion that would like to come forward and is ready to be released today? Yes. What emotion might that be? Hearing pain and anger. Are these two tied together? Yes. This is from a current life or past life? Current life. Do they need to know more? No. Is it safe to clear? Yes. Take a deep breath. Just calling upon your team to help clear this pain and anger from your current life. It might be lingering. It's ready to be released. Are there any other emotions, trapped emotions, that are ready to be released? Yes. What emotion might that be? Sorrow. Do they need to know more? Yes. What do they need to know? It's in your eyes. Is it ready to be released? Actually, I should say, is it safe to be released? Yes. Is it safe for me to clear? Yes. Okay. Take a few deep breaths here. It's gonna be okay. So you release the sorrow. It's in your eyes. Let it go. Are you done? Yes. Take a few deep breaths. I can feel like there's a lot that got cleared there, and I feel a buzzing. And so just I invite you to connect with yourself here, connect with your feet, connect with the ground, connect with gravity and feel gravity holding you here. Feeling the universe holding you here in divine love and divine light, just showering you. This beautiful white light. Make sure you nourish yourself. Make sure you're consuming, get yourself a little bit of electrolytes, eat some good food. If you need to rest, rest. But I'm feeling the kind of tingling sensation I get whenever I've done major clearings, and that to me is kind of signaling that it's like your body might be feeling hungry, and let yourself eat, and make sure you're taking care of yourself, feeding it what it desires. Drinking lots of water and electrolytes. Get yourself a Gatorade, a Powerade, or eat something salty, but get some electrolytes in there too to help. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be great, actually. I'm feeling a lot of joy coming through as that's being released. So that's being composted. If you need to crack a window, just to let whatever space you're in air out, or maybe light a candle. Mm. Thank you for letting me tune in. Thank you for showing up in this space. And thank you to your higher self for being ready to clear that. So, sending you so much love and light as I send your energy back to you. I call my energy back to me. Namaste. I'm gonna go ahead and crack my own window too, now that I said that. Oh, all right. Feels good. Feels good. I feel I feel ready to be of service to another. If there's someone else who would like to have a reading of their own, like I said, we very consent based. I'll drop the consent command in chat just so you know when you use the join command what you're consenting to, and I just tap in. If you were here for the last session, then that was a mini energy clearing that was coming up and coming through. I'm just gonna go ahead and light a candle. The power of suggestion myself into let's get a candle going and get the windows open, just some energy flowing through. Energy clearing. One of my I love having these little, I won't lift the one up that's actually lit, but I love having these tea candles that are scentless. I am quite sensitive to smells, so I don't use scented candles all the time because they'll become too intense very quickly for me. Pretty much like a scented candle is like 20 minutes tops, and I'm like, all right, that put enough in the space for me. So scentless candles for the win. Welcome, Sailor Astro. Thank you for finding my channel. I've really only been on Twitch for about a month now. I was doing a lot of stuff in my like local like crystal shop and stuff like that and online. And I do private readings as well, but I have taken to Twitch because wanted to, well, I was guided to come to Twitch first and foremost, but part of being guided here was just this feeling of being able to reach more people and actually interact with people who might be curious but aren't quite ready to, you know, go all in on, yeah, let's pay for a big reading, or don't quite know what it means to be a psychic channeler or what that might look like, because there is somewhat of a stigma around it, or at least from my own healing to get here. I have felt that there was a big stigma around it, and so this is my way slash spirit's way of helping destigmatize what it means to be a psychic channeler, what it means to connect with spirit, what it means to, you know, grow, heal, spread love and light and all the things. So it is new, but I am enjoying it. Yeah, I come on. I've been playing with my schedule a little bit, so this is the first time I'm streaming on a Tuesday, but I've spaced it out now. So I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'll do just like just a couple hours right now, and that leaves time for me to take private sessions outside of this these time slots, as well as, you know, work on my business. But it's good. It's enjoyable. I'm loving it. I like getting to see where I'm reaching and connecting with people. Like there was, I don't remember exactly the streamer's name, and that's, or the chatter's name, and that's probably okay. I won't call them out, but by name. But there was, I remember there was like, I've connected with people from Hawaii and in Europe and Asia and whatever else, and obviously the US. And it's just like, that's so freaking cool to me that I can talk to these people across the across the globe that I otherwise probably would not know or have reached without this platform. Um, yeah. So you're asking if I could elaborate on what a psychic channeler is. Yeah, to be honest, so it's a term that was given to me by spirit. It's not one that let me okay. No, I'll stop there. It's a term that was given to me by spirit, and for me the term, or what's coming through for me is, hold on, let me sit with that for just a second. Just see kind of how it wants to be shared. For me, a psychic channeler is someone who connects with spirit, or you could say source, or you could say God, or you could say, you know, the universal mind consciousness, whatever term you want to classify the entity that is. And so I use spirit primarily. Um, in my opening prayer a lot I'll use divine source. But it's basically just someone who's connecting with spirit, connecting with source. And I use my channel to serve whatever is in the highest and best. And so I am connected to spirit, and I allow them to guide me on where I'm going and how I can help, and yeah, be of service of love and light. At least that's what it means to me. So I definitely believe we're all capable of being psychic channelers. I don't think we need to limit ourselves to just the term a medium or a astrologist or something. I think we're all capable of tapping into all of the things. I do hold on. I do believe that we each have our own kind of specific gifts where we are like stronger in different areas. So I use the term psychic channeler, and I would say I my strength is in energy transmutation. So I can do a lot. I've learned a lot when it comes to the different modalities of being a psychic and the different clairs and mediumship. I'm not super tapped into astrology, at least not a ton. Like I keep it off, like it's on my radar but not necessarily my map, I should say. Uh but I see that for me it's using all of the different skills and knowledge and stuff to come through to help transmute any dense energy that's not serving us to bring in light and love and help you heal as I can. or help be of service. Thank you for asking. So it's really cool. I I was always I was a very sensitive child. I was a very empathic child. Well, I was very empathic for most of my life, for all of my life, but not just as a child. But I was very empathic, very sensitive, and now I get to use those sensitivities and use them as my gifts to help other people in whatever way I can. And also, I've been able to, you know, harness their gifts and also not be so drained all the time and like set boundaries so that way my sensitivities are both a blessing and a hold on. No, my I'll stop there. My sensitivities are a blessing. And so getting to use them and harness them and I kind of want to say get them under control because I think often when we're very sensitive beings, it's really easy for us to allow our energy to be affected by everyone else and everything else. And so reclaiming your own power is really important and reclaiming all of that energy that's kind of being leached away or being tapped into everyone else and bringing it back to yourself and using it for your own good and using it for a or like coming from a place of your bucket is full or versus a place of depletion. Yeah, I think that's what I have to say about that. But it's good. It's good. I like it. Let me tell you, I've been really into I've been really into watching like old like Disney films or like Pixar animated films recently because I put a boundary in my book recently about like I'm not going to consume reality TV anymore. Like it's just I did for a long time. It doesn't feel like it's an alignment for me anymore. And so I've been watching a lot of Disney films and I mean I'll like do puzzles and stuff while I'm doing them. And then whenever I'm done, I'll tell my husband about the movie. I'll be like, I only cried 3 times, or I only cried 1 time. And so it's my my emotions are are kindly uh are kindly joked about in my relationship because it's just like I feel I feel all the emotions for all of the things and it's okay. It's I got big energy, big emotions, and I wouldn't have it any other way. uh, yeah, you know, I this is reminding me of how my parents, whenever I was growing up, they used to say that I had like looks that could kill because if I was unhappy or like something upset me, like you could see it on my face. Like let me tell you, my face is very expressive. Mm. Yeah, there's definitely not uh there's definitely not a lot to get like to keep a secret with if you really look at my face. But most of the time, like you could tell how I'm feeling. the only time it was like the only time I feel like I've ever been told that my my face was like they someone wasn't able to read my face was in such oh hold on actually he's okay was a time when uh I was in the corporate world and I was having some issues with the job that I was in. And I was like trying to work with HR to find a different role within the company or a different job. And they like presented me the offer for the different role and I knew I needed time to sit with it and so I had like a very blank face. It was just like, okay, like thank you. I will take this under advisement base or like I'll sit with this weekend. Um but I like didn't have a whole lot going on my face and that's the only time I've ever had someone comment be like, "I don't know what you're thinking." And I'm like, "That's good." Or at least in my mind I was like, "That's good. I don't want you to know what I'm thinking right now." But most of the time I'm like, "Yeah, you can know what I'm thinking." uh, anyway, all that to say, uh, being a sensitive being, being an empathic being, being someone who's in tune with others is a gift. And you're my people. I understand what it's like. Plus, we bring the fun to the world, you know? We gotta have balance. You gotta have the people that are, you know, woo! You're woo girls. And you gotta have a little bit of the like, okay, come back. Come back to Earth. Ah, that's so good. Ah. Ah. Hmm. I would have wooed louder, but I was trying not to blast out the your all's ears, given the fact that I typically talk much much more calmly. Trying to get my camera to refocus on me too. Maybe. Come on, camera. I believe. Am I just going blind? Is it just not wanting to focus? Ah, good, good. Love that. Oh, there we go. Uh, I'm having a good old giggle up here. Oh, okay. All right. Coming back. Coming back. Uh, all right. I think I need to pee after. So I'm gonna be right back. Enjoy the giggles. Allow yourself to giggle. If you're feeling inspired to giggle, go giggle. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. If you're if you're new and you're enjoying the stream and want to tune in again, I invite you to follow along. That said, my my giggles are still a little here, but it's all right. They are welcome here and in this space. If there's anyone that's interested in getting a reading, I invite you to use the command consent to see what you're consenting to, and then if you're ready, use the command join to join my little uh, queue thing, Bob, that I got got figured out, or I think I got it figured out. That's fun, and then I'll just go through and see who stands out, or see what spirit's drawing me to, and how spirit wants to help this morning. So, or how spirit wants me to help this morning. Maybe that's a better way of putting it. Uh. So good. It's just a giggle stream, guys. This is what we're doing. Let me tell you, I am so funny sometimes. And it's great because I will say things that I don't even mean to be funny, and it will make my husband crack up or I will crack up. But most of the time, well, maybe not most of the time. There are definitely times that he does not laugh at what I said, but I am laughing at myself because I'm just like, he missed out on a great joke. Or uh or sometimes life happens and you I've always been someone that if I've messed up or made a mistake, or if I like fall down, I am the first person to laugh at myself. Uh because, people can't make fun of you if you already are like having a good time and laughing at yourself. You're like, I do think I built it out of a defense mechanism, so like there was an unhealthy part of where that came from. However, it was a great coping mechanism. And I do recommend it. I do recommend it because it's very true. Like people, like if you make fun of yourself, or if you can find the joy in laughing at yourself and with yourself and whatever else, and don't take life too seriously, like life is good. Life is good. My hair is it's more relaxed today. It's more tame. All right. Feeling the giggles calming down. I think I'm gonna use this as an opportunity while I'm waiting. I'll chat about you know I'll chat about my site. Why not? Because I put a lot of work into this and I want to share. So, this is the Lady Lighthouse website, ladylighthouse.com. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. She's here to teach, or, well, not, I was going to say she's here to teach you. She's not here totally to teach you. She's here to love you. And I just put a lot of work into her, and she's here as a resource, as a tool, to help you wherever you are in your journey. So whether that is joining me here on Twitch in a community event, whether it's submitting a distant healing request, maybe it's taking this quiz, a 10-question quiz, to see where you and your body might need more, your mind, body, your spirit might be craving some more love. There's some blogs and my own stories. There's my services if you want private readings, and there are a couple different offerings of boundary books, which I talk about all the town, all the time. And then some other swag and things that I've done, but some of the other things on here too are just helpful tools that I've used in my own journey. So there's some sage. If you like to read, there's a couple different books that I recommend that I've either read, or the only one I haven't read is the Let Them theory, but I follow Mel Robbins and I understand the Let Them theory. So, uh, but I do share that because I do think it's a good resource. But burnout helped me a ton early on in my in my career, and then The Body Keeps the Score. It's a classic. If you've never read it, I highly recommend. It is, you do kind of have to be in a mental space that you're ready to read about other people's trauma, though. So I'll caveat that. The other book, Pussy Reclamation. This is also a very good one for the feminine, to kind of reclaim the word pussy and reclaim. And it has exercises and stuff in there, but it's like help you reclaim what it means to be a woman, um, for you. And then The Alchemist I read probably about 8 months ago, 6 months ago, somewhere in there. And that one is kind of more about tapping into the soul's journey. So it depends on where you are in your healing, in your journey. But I would definitely, if you're early in feeling burnt out, I definitely recommend reading Burnout or The Body Keeps a Score if you're just starting to connect to what might be lingering in your body. And then if you're a feminine being, I highly recommend Pussy Reclamation. If you might be someone that's like always wanting to control what everyone else does, read read the Let Them theory. And then if you're ready to explore what your soul has in store, read The Alchemist. Let me come back to this. Moonflower Orchid, welcome back. Could you find me an exact timing of when something will happen, if that's possible? I will say I hold on, let me see how this answer wants to come through. It's like I want to say yes and no, because it's like, yes, I have the symbology and tools to receive like timelines and estimates on things, and then the no piece is like when I tap into that time frame, I'm tapping into the future, but it's also your present, where you are, and that can shift. So I probably wouldn't give, well, I have received exact dates before. The the caveat, or kind of thing I'm feeling about dates, is like whenever we're given a date, then we start to hold on really strongly to that date, and that almost puts so much resistance in the field that we jinx ourselves. Well, the more common word would be jinx, but it's energetically you're putting so much resistance in it that you're like blocking it from happening. Whereas if you just didn't know the date in general and it just happened when it was meant to happen, then it would happen on that date, if that makes sense. Well, I haven't given you any date and I haven't tuned into you specifically, so that's okay. It's just more of a, it's like, yes, and also I would be cautious about what date you're seeking. Um, because sometimes it does cause resistance. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, if your team shares that with me and is able to pass it on to you, then it's important for you to get that date and you learn whatever lesson you're meant to learn with that information. So I do detach from that a little bit, where it's like, if they're open to giving me the date, I can I can receive the date, but I can't make them give me a date and or promise that the date is like set in stone. Um, okay, you got a girl dealing with religion. Feel that. You want to talk to her about the relationship, see if they're open to dating. She's super tired. Um, hold on. I'm just reading and thinking. Why is she super tired? Do you know that answer? Or like why? Yeah, why is she super tired? Like, is she going through a lot in her life at the moment, or is just? And I'm like, I asked that question. I'm not sure that really affects. She twisted her ankle the day before you wanted to bring up the conversation. Nice, love that. Do you think she knows this conversation is coming? Do you think she knows that you want to talk about like going further or like having a relationship with her? Just okay. And what do you think she would say? Like, do you feel like her demeanor and everything towards you has been indicating uh well, I'm hold on. Yeah, I'm like, do you feel like she is open to having this conversation and is interested in having this conversation and potentially exploring a relationship with you, or is she giving you hmm, I'll stop there. Okay. If you're not sure, then I feel like what is like this is this is mostly me talking here, but the the sense I get is like n- not having this clarity on this action or conversation you want to have is just causing you more stress and anxiety than what you need, uh, or what's necessary. And I feel like just kind of rip. I'm much, okay, I'm speaking from my own personal experience here, where I'm much more of a rip the band-aid type, like, let's just have the damn conversation type of person. Um, because I don't like staying in the state of anxiety and stress and uncertainty around important conversations. So I'm much more, all right, I feel something. I need to share this. So just so you know where I'm coming from on my approach here, that to me it's like the you could take her twisting her ankle and you could take the her being tired and these other things as signs to not do it, but that could also be your anxiety feeling like unsure about it or just like nervous about it. So my invitation to you would be, instead of instead of making excuses, just make a plan and just say, hey, let's get dinner, instead of on X day, like tomorrow or Friday or whatever it is. Like, let's get dinner this time, meet you there, or I'll pick you up, or whatever it is. Like, plan the date, have the conversation there, and then go from there. Instead of it being like, well, wait till you're ready. Whenever you're ready, let me know. She's probably over there like, I need someone to take charge. There's probably not like enough polarity. It's like it's the, oh man, whenever I dated women, it was like dating women is so complicated. Uh and I say complicated. It's, I don't know. It's yeah, I did. Uh it was always so interesting because the feminine, and if the girl you're interested in is more of a feminine energy, then she wants to be pursued. She wants to be receptive. She wants to know that, you know, you're gonna come get her a little bit. Uh, but the thing, she can't hang out in person because her foot, and she's more masculine. Does she not have crutches? Can you not go see her? Bring her lunch? Bring her a thing. Also, thank you for the follow. Can you not bring her like a coffee or a tea or something of her favorite food? Yeah, moonflower orchid. I feel like your mind's being um hyper protective. Oh, you gave her sister some stuff that would make her feel better. Also, hi Smasher. Uh, Maybe it's a texting conversation you need to have, and expressing and through text message of like, hey, I'm interested, like, hey girl, insert name for in place of girl. Hey blank. Uh, I'm feeling like you don't want to see me right now. and the plot gets thicker. I told her we can have a phone call and she can call me when she's ready. She's not ready yet, though, she said. Oh. Those are important details, Moonflower Orchid. All right. And it sounds like, to be honest, it sounds like this is going back to the let them theory. Uh, this is a release of control. This is a release of, you gotta let her be however it is she's gonna be, and you gotta learn how to move forward in life and find joy and find happiness outside of that person. Not saying that they won't be in your life ever. It's just that, she's gotta figure out her own thing. And you focusing on your joy and your love and showing up how you want to is what feels important. That said, I feel like we got where we needed to there. I'm gonna tune in and see if we're in alignment for Smasher. Or I'm in alignment, I should say. Okay. Smasher, I'm feeling yes. We're feeling good. And I'm feeling do do do. Oh. I'm feeling dog bark. No, I'm feeling the energy clearing coming through, like a kind of a basic energy clearing in the space. Just just kind of share how that works is basically I'll tune into you, tune into your higher self, and invite any trapped emotions that are ready to be released to come forward, make themselves known, and I'll basically talk out the conversation that I'm having with your higher self, and provide you any information that comes through, and then we'll use Reiki to clear anything that's ready to be cleared. Does that sound good? Okay. All right. Whatever's in the highest and best for Smasher. What emotions or trapped emotions are ready to be released? Hearing anger right off the bat. Is that from a current life or past life? Past life. Do they need to know more? Yes. What do they need to know? It's in your head. Is it safe to clear? Yes. Okay. Smasher, I invite you just to take a few deep breaths. Helping clear the anger from a past life that's in your head. It's lingering in your head. Hmm. I'm also going to share that as I'm doing this, I suddenly got a smell of like a cigarette. Has it been cleared? Yes. Are there any other trapped emotions that would like to be released or come forward? Yes, what trapped emotion? Hurt from a current life or past life? Past life. Do they need to know more? No. Is it safe to clear? Yes. All right, take a few deep breaths. Just clearing this hurt from past life, letting it go. No longer need to carry that with you. Are there any other trapped emotions that would like to come forward and are ready to be released? Feels like no. Is there anything else wants to be shared in this space with Smasher? Feels like no. Taking a few deep breaths. Feeling that energy clear. You might feel your body tingling or buzzing. Use this as an opportunity to remind you to nourish yourself, nourish your body, nourish it with good foods. If you're feeling hungry, that's normal. Go eat something. Make sure you go eat something. Eat something salty. Eat something that, or drink something that has some electrolytes. Just help replenish this clearing. Crack a window. Light a candle. Just allow that energy to be sent away to compost in whatever serves the highest and best. Allow yourself to call in new love, new light, new energy into your space. Sending all of your energy back to you, calling all of my energy back to me. Thank you for showing up today and sharing in this space with me. Namaste. Ah, I love to hear that it feels so good. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Goosebumps. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, open a window, light a candle, let whatever was dense and's not serving you go. Let that fresh energy come into your space. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Moonflower orchid? No, I'm sorry. It doesn't feel like you getting the timing is right. I do appreciate you sharing that my work is amazing and relaxing though. Thank you. Sure, Smasher. You can ask a yes or no question. We can see. We'll see if the answer wants to come through. Just feeling the dust settle. Feels good. Space feels good. Can Smasher go to university this year? Yeah. Yeah, is the my follow-up though is, can you go? Yes. Do you want to know, should you go? Is that the real question you wanted to answer, or was it just like, can you physically go? Because yeah, you can physically go. Mm. Now the should you go to university this year, that that's their bobbling between yes and no, and to me that's my sign of I can't give that answer to you, or like they're not showing me that answer for you. And that's an answer that I would invite you to tune into your own intuition and tune into your own body, own higher self, to do. Actually, one of the things you could do, and I've been doing this a lot with myself. So there's different ways you can like body test and like allow the answer to come through in your body. One of them is, well, for me, my body sways, but you take a few deep breaths and you kind of ground yourself. So you want to have your feet planted on the ground. And you take a few deep breaths. Just connect with your feet here. And then you invite your body to show you what a yes looks like. For me, my body gets pulled forward. I start, if I say body show me a yes, I get pulled towards the camera. And then if I say body show me a no, I get I get pushed back. I know other people will, their body will be like, show me a yes, and do a thumbs up and then a thumbs down with the other hand. Some people might do body show me a yes, and their fingers will lock. Like if you hold them like this, your fingers will lock with a yes, but your fingers will like allow yourself to pull through with a no. So those are a couple different ways it might show up. And so then to kind of like practice before you get to that question if you want to, or you can ask that question if your body's already, on lock. But once some of the practice you could do is, okay, body, say, my name is Cami. And so that's a yes for me. I know that's a yes. My body responded with a yes. I'm like, cool, great. My body, or my name is Atreus. My body responds with a no. It's like, right. So like you want to practice with things like you already know the answer to, and to help yourself kind of gain that trust with your body, and in the response that you're getting. So that way, when you do ask the question, should I go to university? However you respond, you trust that response because your body isn't lying to you. Just one of the things is when you're asking yourself questions is we the questions you ask are rather, they have to be rather precise. The questions that you're sending up and the words you're using, they are the spirit team, your higher self, everyone, they're very pedantic. They need to know the correct phrase of like what you're actually meaning. So, can you go? Yeah. Should you go? But like if you're like, should I go? Okay, well uh that's a different question. Because can you physically? Yeah. Should you? Well, that's only something you can determine for yourself, or with your team, with your body, with your spirit, your connection to spirit. Did that little did that little help that method help? You're welcome. Thanks for thanks for stopping in and for the follow too. I like I said, I use that method all the time. I will do it even when I'm trying to pick out food. And sometimes the body responses, oh, that was the other body response I was thinking of, was my breath. So whenever I'm talking to myself or talking to my spirits and just kind of checking in of what feels resonant for me, I will notice my breath will get shallow, or my breath, like I will feel like I can't expand my chest and my lungs. And that's a no for me. That's usually a no or a resistance. Whereas if I do, uh, if something is a yes, then I'll feel like I can take a deep breath. So that might be another way it might show up in your body. So just different things to think about whenever you're experimenting and getting to know how your body and your intuition wants to respond and show up for you. Welcome, Phantom Punk 007. Let me tune in. It's going well. I just want to. I know the consent statement hasn't been in the chat in a little bit, so I'm just going to slap that here just to make sure. Uh, have a lovely day, Smasher. Just to make sure you know what joining the queue is. And so if you're still consenting, then I will tune in, see what feels right. Cool. Mm. I'm not actually in alignment. It doesn't feel like we're in alignment to do a reading today. That doesn't mean it's not possible any day. It just feels like, I don't know, just not something in this moment. I do appreciate you showing up in this space and following and consenting to me to check in. I appreciate your understanding. And I do hope you come back too, because like I said, just because it's not today doesn't mean it's not ever. It just means, I don't know, something. If I've yeah, I was like, I've tried to read people before I like actually checked in to see if it was the right, like if we were in alignment that day, and spirit just messes with my technology and things, just like my stream went down whenever I did that. So I'd like to avoid I'd like to avoid that, and also tapping in without everyone's consent. I look forward to seeing you again whenever that time is. Until next time. All right. Got about 20 more minutes before dip off for the day. So I have time for probably one or two more readings if we do readings. Otherwise, I can just kind of see what comes through today. I know tomorrow I do more of the card pull, like collective card pull stuff, and then we'll be doing some more readings in the afternoon. We'll just see kind of what comes through, comes up. Things feel calmer in the space, which feels good. There's also another. I need to translate this message. Like, I don't know what this means. Translate to English. Oh my gosh, that was such a beautiful message. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was like, the light shines within you, may the universe bless you. And it was Latin. Ah, ah, wow. What a beautiful message. Oh my gosh, it just warms my heart. Hmm. Well, wow, thank you. I'm receiving that fully. Such a beautiful way. Mm. Okay, cool. Mm. It feels like boundaries are kind of coming up in the space. So see what wants to be shared about boundaries today. Really, it's like, boundaries, have them. Slogan. Whenever I did that, that gave me like a visualization of a banner. Maybe I'll go back and clip that or crop that. Like, boundaries, have them. But no, to be honest, or like serious, honest, funny, whatever. Please have boundaries. Please set boundaries. Boundaries for yourself. Boundaries. Well, boundaries for your mind, but boundaries for your body. Boundaries for your spirit. Like, they are so important and so good and so necessary and so, like, it's not. Hold on. Where? Like, you have permission to set boundaries. You have permission to hold boundaries. You have the universe's permission. You have my permission, but you don't need my permission. You have the universe's permission. I invite you to give yourself permission to set boundaries. Set the boundaries that you need, set the boundaries you feel called to, set the boundaries that give you what you need and take care of your mind, body, and spirit. Because when you take care of yourself, then you can give back to so many others. So many others. In so many new ways. But it starts with taking care of ourselves first before we can take care of anyone else. Welcome back, Smasher. Do I have a Discord server? Not yet. I don't know if I'm going to do a Discord server or not. But thank you for planting the seed. Maybe I will. But not at this exact moment. How have others used Discord servers in this space? Because I'm often in I mean, I use Instagram, Facebook, post some things on Pinterest, obviously, and now here on Twitch. And I post all of my VODs and highlights and stuff to my YouTube channel, or two YouTube channels. One is like the VODs only channel, and one is the highlights plus other content I make. Um, but I'm just curious how other streamers in this space might use a Discord server, because I'm like, I don't know, what would that look like? It's like unless you asked and got the no and was like, all right, ah, okay. No, I just needed to wait a second. Friendly place to know and talk with other people, you know. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna sit with that. I don't know if a Discord server feels right or not. I think it's possible because I've debated doing like a Facebook page before, or like I have a Facebook page, but like a group on Facebook, but that isn't just like, I feel like everyone's kind of moving away from Facebook, and I'm in some of the other like spiritual groups on Facebook, and they're just kind of, I don't know. I won't speak poorly about them. I'll just say I'm in there. I linger in there. I sometimes comment on things, but to help kind of share my message of love and light. But yeah, starting a Facebook group hasn't felt right. So maybe a Discord server will feel good. We'll see. Like I said, thanks for planting the seed. I do use Discord for several other things, so that is one that I am definitely familiar with. Yeah, having a space where people are like that resonate with one another, can interact, is good. And that is a good way to build community too, because I have been thinking about different ways to interact and build the community and build just, yeah, just build the community of I don't want to say necessarily like-minded, but like have similar values, because my brand is very much about helping people who want to lead a heart-centered life have the resources and tools to do that and become and embody love. So, hmm, I don't know, as we're talking, I'm like, maybe starting to sound more interesting. I feel like after this morning, I need a little snack first. feeling feeling a little hungry, but it might be a good place. I might have to explore how that feels uh, right, and also potentially, I'm like, do I use my own personal Discord name, or do I create a separate Discord account for uh, for Lady Lighthouse? Because my personal tag is funny. I'm like, should I share? I don't think I'm gonna share my personal tag. But it was a nickname my brother called me growing up, so maybe it's right to do a Lady Lighthouse one. Hmm, yeah, I kind of like it. I don't know exactly how that'll look. Yeah, thank you. Like I said, thanks for sharing. Thanks for dropping a little nugget of an idea. I am open to any and all kind of inspiration and opportunities that kind of arise. Even earlier, this speaking of that, and this is why I'm like I very much am like people. You need to, or maybe not you need to, but it's like life is so much more fun when you just allow yourself to go where you feel called to go and play how you want to play. Because I'll go and I'll toss things out there. Like I'm planting seeds all over the place and I'm just kind of seeing what catches, what starts to root. And one of them was at the beginning of the month. I saw a post come across my Instagram from a movement instructor that I follow. And it was basically about this like ZFX. So basically, you go and get harnessed and you like fly through the air as if, uh, you're in a theater where they have like flying, or if you're like flying characters like Wizard of Oz or Wicked, or if you go into the superhero movies and they got the people on wires, like superheroes coming in for a landing. But it was basically a location near me that you could go to and be harnessed and do those things. And I was like, that sounds like fun. I've seen Pink in concert before and see her flying through the air, and I'm like, I've always wanted to do that. And so not only did I get to do that last week, but I got paid to do it. I got paid to just go be in a harness for 3 hours while they, you know, worked on some training and safety and whatever else with the operators. And it was just like, it was so cool. Uh, like I don't have it on. Do I have it on my computer? I don't have it on my computer. I just like I have it on my phone. Of here's my beautiful one of my beautiful pictures up there in the air on the wires, feeling like who was I when I was doing that? Glenda. I was waking everyone up, which was hilarious. I love the fact that they're like, all right, you're gonna play Glenda, and it's gonna be the scene where she's going and she's like waking everyone up. And so I was up there and I was just like, you get woken up and you're awake and I was like, I feel like that's really fitting for the Lady Lighthouse brand. Uh, like, is there any other photo? Yeah, here you go. This is the other beautiful one of me trying to it's like spreading my fairy dust. It's fun. You just gotta be open to what life has to offer, you know? You never know what's gonna come your way. I've had people reach out before about like movement roles or like acting type of things, sort of acting, not necessarily acting. It's more like stuff to do with like somatic movement. And I'm like, I've never really acted except in one play in middle school. But, I'm a psychic channeler and I'm pretty in tune with my body. So, you know, here's some stuff on my Instagram. Whether it'll come into fruition at any point, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not stressing about it, but the idea of it's fun. And so I just toss it out there. There's even an artist that has become really popular recently in this space called Abel Hart. And I remember when I first came across this stuff like a month or two ago, I ended up sending him an email too. And I was just like, I don't know if anything's going to come from this email either, but we're just going to send it. And he has not replied, and that's okay. But, uh, you know, something inspires you and inspires you. You just toss toss it out there and leave it up to the universe to see what happens. You know, I played my role, and yeah, it's just fun. It's fun to think about the different things that come my way, and looking for opportunity anywhere and everywhere, and allow myself to be inspired by whatever. It's so good. So good. All right. Well, we're coming up at the end of the stream. Got a couple minutes. So I think I'll just end the stream fairly shortly here with just to thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for chatting with me, everyone who came to chat. Thank you for those that came forward and allowed me to tune in and help share what was here for you today. So I'm I'm grateful for each and every one of you, and also for spirit and just this time and space. And yeah, it'll be I look forward to seeing you all again soon. I'll be on tomorrow, my time, from I think it's 1 to 4. 1 to 4. So if I don't hear from you, which probably won't hear from you between now and then, uh, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day wherever you are. Sending you all so much love and light, and I'll see you again soon. All right. Talk to you later.